The Bengals drive about to get going. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
Well, they still have time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Second down and 8. Levis back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Levis on third down. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, if they have any designs on getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
Hardman on the return. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. 72 yards on the punt return. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Rodgers and the Jet offense staying out there. They'll go for 2. Cook, they'll try and run it. And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for 2 is snuffed out. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Levis. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. The former 3rd overall pick, Quentin Williams there to bring him down.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
I would say just add that one to the total big plays he's already made here in the first month of the year. You've got to think the front office and the coaching staff have got to be excited about what they've seen so far and really excited about what they expect to see down the road.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 2nd down, Kilgore. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. His third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
And he will get into the end zone, so that shaves 2 more off the deficit as they now trail by 5. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Throwing is Rodgers. This short throw caught by Goddard. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Here's 3rd and a few inches. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On play action, Rodgers. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Rodgers now to throw. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. 14 yards is the pickup there to Jet 1st down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Rodgers now on 1st down. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 37 yards. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Jets go up by 2 touchdowns. The extra point up and good. And the lead now up to 14. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Up the middle they go. Kilgore, 87 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that would look like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
So that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the Jets are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jermaine Pratt fighting in and dropping him for the loss.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end, and he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10.
To throw is Rodgers.
He delivers another to Goddard, complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Now Rodgers. And a loose football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line.
And they're going to speed things up here. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Rodgers going to throw. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game.
And the Jets are on their way to a 2-0 start. I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs. And if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Let's go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Levis on 3rd and 1.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase.
69 yards.
And the Bengals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
You've got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late. That they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. Levis will try to throw for the 2.
And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. Oh, look at the juke. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And now they're in the hurry-up.
That's good for a Jets.
On 1st down, Rodgers.
He finds Wilson.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Going right back to Wilson. And the Jets are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
That's another Jets first down. First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Cook. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line.
The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look.
Touchdown, Jets!
Garrett Wilson.
A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Jets are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth-quarter lead.
Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
That's caught.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Levis looking to throw.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Levis out of the shotgun now.
Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now here's Levis now on 3rd and long. He will find his man Chase complete.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Back to throw, it's Levis.
And this is caught. It's Brown.
And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. And Levis going back to the air.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort
right there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals are able to cut into that deficit. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Here's Levis. It's complete. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Mecole Hardman. It's a foot race. And they're going to finish this one off strong. It's a return touchdown to add on to their lead in the final stages. So how about the game he's having? He had the punt return earlier for a touchdown. Now the kick return to balance things out.
And oftentimes, guys who are on punt return and kickoff return, many of them are the same guys. And they're devoted to a return guy who can break big plays. And when that happens and they know it's there, they're going to block that much harder and be that much more skillful, as well as utilizing his talents. And this is what you get. Punt return, kick return, a huge game.
They get the conversion. And Charles, when you only have 2 yards to go, what do you think of the toss play? Because initially it kind of sets you back a little bit.
It does, especially if you get a lot of pressure coming towards you. But if you can get to the edge, if you seal the edge with your blocking, often your tackle or your tight end on what they call the play side where the ball goes, you can get to the corner, and that allows those big guys to get out ahead of the runner.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
Second and 10. Here's Levis. He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bengals get a bit closer.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Levis to throw. Flushed out right. And he's got it here for the 2 points, but there is a marker down, so we'll have to see what that's about. Boy, so what else could go wrong for him here? It's an illegal touching penalty on the outside.
Yeah, Brandon, that really wasn't a very disciplined play, was it? Because you got to know where you are on the field. You can't get that close to the sideline because if you step out of bounds, you can't be the first to re-enter and touch it. That's an easy call for the officials.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Rodgers throwing here. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown! Nico Hardman, 84 yards. And the Jets have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. And this win now going to look a little more lopsided on the scoreboard, CD. Now, some may have run out the clock in that scenario, but they wanted to put their foot on the gas, get one more touchdown, and they did just that.
Well, partner, I would say the traditionalists not overly excited about that score. They'd like to see the game played a little bit differently. But what you can't argue with is their execution of that play, because it played out exactly as it was drawn up. It almost would have been a shame not to finish with such a well-run play.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Bengals drive about to get going. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But
that's caught at the 25. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign, and it did that. I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for the Jets, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears.
Back in my ways, missing my girl, I ain't seen her in days. What can I say? I'm out in the baby trying to get paid. Look what I made. Thousands of people are knowing this J. I never change. Can put myself back in the minimum wage. Gotta keep following this crunch time. Eating these rappers is lunchtime. You the man only sometimes. End your career with a punchline. The industry told me it's the front lines. You never mind. Getting money in my bloodline. Talking on my mind. Keep with a real. Don't want to talk if it ain't about a deal. But it ain't for me real quick. Ain't gon' stop till my net worth millions. Going to school, I drop down. They try to read when I drop with the top down.